Guys, it's that time again, the time where we take a look at the Siege Battle Tournament and see what all the G3 guilds are running. We are not going to take a look at the global server today. For whatever reason, there's a bug where when I go to take a look at the defenses, it shows me my guild's defenses. And like, that's not what I want to see. I want to see the ones in the Siege Battle Tournament. Hopefully, I actually didn't check Europe. Hopefully that doesn't happen on Europe, but I know it's already happening when I was checking it on global. So we can see... Actually, some weird... Okay, well, I mean, this is just the first base, but some defenses I wasn't expecting. I expect to see... It's kind of different. Not everyone has that... She's just CC, though, the cannon girl. But I expect to see roughly 75 to 80%. Ethna, I like Ethna there. I always thought that Ethna was a decently underrated unit for Siege. She was kind of annoying back in the day when there was the... What was it? Theomar's, Commune Theomar's, Commune Leader Skill, Theomar's, and Ethna for defenses. I was like, those were frustrating back in the day. And then, you know, we get used to dealing with them, and then people stick other things in defenses. But that was like years ago, though. Years ago. What do we have? Some more CR Orion Pernas, which is, I was kind of expecting. Oh, I like that we're seeing... Not that one. I like that we're seeing this Windslayer. I'm kind of surprised to see the Windslayer. I expect to see a ton of Savannahs, a ton of Nanas, because basically when you're hitting Savannahs, Nanas, Pernas, all of those units are basically like hitting 2 units. So I expect to see a decent amount of those in there, because it kind of puts the odds in their favor. Oh, we can't even see those defenses. I also expect to see a decent amount of Odins, which... Okay, see this, I expect to see a lot of stuff like this. I kind of want to open up those other defenses, though, so we can see a little bit. as soon as they get opened up, they get closed again. More well, I don't know why I'm surprised. Really, I don't know. I'm surprised. This I expect to see a lot. Just Nana, Savannah, and AoE Stripper, right? Fire Ken. Fire Shadowclaw. Nora. I expect to see more Noras than we have ever previously seen. I say ever, but she hasn't been in the game for forever. But, yep, AoE Stripper, Savannah, Nora. I mean, Savannah, Nana. Nana. But Savannah, Nana, Perna, those units, they basically are like fighting an extra unit in Siege. So... Kind of, you know, the same thing. It's like fighting an extra unit. He comes back from the dead, and then you have to kill him again. So it is a little bit of an advantage, for the defense if they have some kind of mechanics where it's like they're using multiple extra units, and they're kind of cheating. I'm not saying they're cheating. I'm just saying it's like it. It's like it, right? It's the not cheating version of cheating. So again. Savannahs, Pernas, like having extra units on your defense. Perfect example right here. Nana, Savannah, Perna. Everything just comes back from the dead and comes back from the dead and comes back from the dead. So, Rocky is strong against this, but not everyone's got, you know, just a million... Not everyone's got a million Rockies. I question if, just some thoughts, if people start building and keeping dupe Rockies because of the... Revive, Nana, Perna, defense kind of situation. Because you don't really have to, like, Nana on defense is not so much of a threat that Rocky's going to get deleted by a Nana. I mean, if Nana defense breaks and then Perna starts deleting, you know, Perna starts hitting, that's going to be a different situation, which is the more likely outcome that you have to worry about. But, wait, what was this? No. Was that the one I was curious about? Some of these don't look that crazy until you actually hit them, and then you're like, oh, wow, that's ridiculous when you actually see the amount of times that they violent proc. Is this? Okay, this is actually... I just want to double check that this is actually the guilds that are fighting in here, and it's not showing my Europe server guild. So this one, again, multiple units that... another thing, if you're early game, mid game, whatever, just coming back to the game, or not really familiar with Guild Siege or Guild Wars or whatever... I don't know why you even bother saying that. You're not early game, not familiar with Guild Wars, Guild Siege. Guys, I don't even know why I bother saying that. But again, Nana and Perna. Okay. Everyone. This is just the... What? This is the same person. This is the same person. Jeez. I'm sure that is the same person from Twitch. He's got a similar username on Twitch. So, didn't know he had that much of the same exact thing. So he's basically half the guild by himself. So, alright. So we see some more Noras. We will actually see some Momos, some wind mages. Since she was buffed, she was changed in the last balance patch. So we will see some more Momos, we will see some more Noras. Everyone's got some silly names now. We got some Kinkies and some Kakis and some Momos and some Noras and some Nanas. And which I don't even remember which base we're on at this point. So, multiple things that come back. Oh, this is different. I don't think that this is going to do too well just in... I mean, you don't know. The runes could be crazy. But you want fast things that strip, defense break, threats, multiple sources of threats, different things that are... or ignore defense. So this is kind of interesting as well. Okay, what are we on? 10? But yeah, things that revive. Some kind of mechanics like that, and then also fast, aggressive, control cleave kind of things are always strong. So this is so nasty. This is so nasty. Oh, God. Ciara Gianna X, where X equals anything, insta win. I mean, it really is not an insta win. I think the players at this level have plenty of counters that are like, yeah, we've seen a million Ciara Giannas. It's really about the RNG. It's nice to see, though, some Fire Liches, some Skogul's back. We haven't really seen too much Skogul's lately, have we? Also, I noticed that this guy has been, this Grego has been used in a couple. I've seen, like, Iunu, Orion, and Grego as well. Grego is going to get stronger when things die. Decrease the inflicted damage on you and the recovery amount by 50%. Attack power increases by 50% if an enemy or ally dies. So... Iunu plus Grego equals profit, right? Then we have, what are we on? 1? Okay, so let's see the next one. I think we'll just do a quick one. I mean, I think that we're going to see a lot of the similar stuff that we've seen before. We usually make these videos like super, well, we're going to see a lot more of this, I feel. Just Molong, stripper that has sustained, like some Noras as well. In this spot, and then Savannah. I already told you Savannah's. Well, actually, there's 2 strippers. I don't know why I wasn't thinking about what's his face. Molong's second skill strips. Because when you use it on offense, it doesn't strip anything. When you use it on defense, oh, it strips everything. So it's kind of interesting. See some Jubels. I like the Jubels here. There isn't sustain here, unless he is on Vampire. He could be on Vampire. Most likely, actually, I don't want to say most likely what he is or isn't. So, because I've used them on both. So I don't want to start speaking for people that, and trying to say what their runes most likely are if they may be different, right? Is this where we stopped? Is this where we left off? I might click on the same defenses again. Okay, so we see some revives, right? Revive, death prevention. Another nice thing about the Mars, he's got the death prevention. So we see kind of Tyrannus is like having 2 units there, right? So, more death prevention. Molly is Molly. This, I don't know that I love this defense. I feel like this is going to get... I feel like he just doesn't do enough. Some people like him. The battery is exhausted. Oh, already the battery's like, oh, Guild Siege. Oh my goodness. Just so you know, I do record a lot more than you guys actually see on the channel. I just throw most of it away, but I have been recording for quite a while today. It's not just like I stuck an old used battery in there. I've just been recording and been recording and been recording. So let's continue this. We're seeing some of the same stuff. We're seeing just a bunch of things that revive and Nana and Nana and Nana. Okay, what do we have? We're on 11. I need to make sure that I... Oh, so this... Oh, it's not even the same thing. Okay. You can still Lucian this, though. You can still Lucian this. You just need something to deal with, like, as long as you have something to deal with Iunu, because he's going to come back from the dead, and he's going to snipe Lucian. It's a new monster, guys. I'm sorry, Copto, as I leaked a new monster. the Lucian. So this is an interesting defense, but this is just like, you just Lucian this as long as you have something to deal with the Ionu. So what is that, 10? Let's see what, oh, right, I don't know why I click on it. Let's see what's on 6. It's Orion Savannah Perna. Same thing as we were seeing before. Same thing as we were talking about before. Things that have 2 lives for the most part. Have a lot of value. More CR Orion. More. I'm so used to saying CR Orion Pernas. Savannah Orion Pernas. Savannah Orion Pernas. Some twins and Triana. What else do we have here? Some more twins and Triana. Okay, those are two different defenses. All right, what do we have for the next one? I don't remember if I already said this, but I think we're just gonna make it a quick one today. Not go over every, because sometimes we try to make these videos super crazy long and go through all the defenses from all the different servers, and it's like a lot of the stuff is the same for the most part. Maybe we'll do a second server. I don't feel like this one's that crazy of a defense though. Like some of these, I think some of you would agree with me that some of these are just like not as strong as they could be. So death prevention right here, and then we have multiple revives. I like that we got this guy in here though. So or just it's nice to see him being appreciated in general. I'm not saying in that specific defense, I'm just saying it's nice to see him being appreciated in general. I get multiple lives, multiple lives, multiple lives. What do we have next? We have 11. Let's take a look at... Did we just see this? This is 11. This is... No, it's a different defense. Okay, it's a different defense. Just popular. Let's take a look at 9. This is a... Yeah, it is a different defense than we saw before. It's just being used again. Here's another thing, is that it's not just about having like one of these defenses here and one of these defenses there. Like your guild strength comes from, and I say this every time we do one of these videos, your guild strength comes from stacking the same defense over and over and over and over until your enemies are like, stop, why is there this same defense? I'm tired of twins Triana 300 times. All the defenses are twins Triana. Like if you just keep stacking the same defense like dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of times, that's going to exhaust people's counters to it. That's how you actually win. That's how you rank up, is even if you have a defense that's easily Lucianable, if people, like, if there's just all the defense are the same exact thing, people are going to run out of Lucians. They're going to be like, I got 3 Lucians. Didn't realize I needed 10 Lucians for this guild siege. I mean, I feel like I would be fine. It's an easily Lucianable defense. I'm like, oh, okay, I got plenty of defenses there. I know Crizzle Shizzle's got a billion Lucians as well. I wonder who has more. Well, here's the thing. I think that he just has as many as he needs. He has, I think, 10 Lucians for Guild Siege. I just built every Lucian that I've ever gotten. So, but then again, I think if he has the same idea of building every single Lucian he's ever gotten, I think that he's definitely spent more on the game than I have. So, I think he would have me beat regardless. So I hope he's not that crazy, but you never know. Okay, so what do we have for this one? Oh, they look extra purple today. That's a strange observation. They look extra purple today. What do we have for 5? Okay, so we have some more Ionu Orion Kinkies. We saw some, what did we see that here? There's also the Ionu Orion and Gregos as well. Is this the one we just saw? No, it's not the one we just saw. This girl is easy to deal with, Leona. Is actually easy to deal with just in general. You just ignore defense. You try to defense break her, she's never going to take it because she's usually built with like 100% resistance. But yeah, if you're not ready for Leona can be so nasty. This though, this just kind of encompasses the siege meta right now, where siege meta in general is just things that have multiple lives. This way you have to deal with things. It's like having 6 units on a defense. For the most part. And more Leonas. All right. I think we are... Okay, what is this? Sacre-Cure? I probably said that wrong, but that's... You know, I'm sure you guys are going to let me know in the comments. You're like, let me explain. I'm French, and you butchered our language, and I hate you. Get in line. There's a lot of people that hate me. Okay, we see some Theomars, Molly, and I see Iris too. Tyrannus. What do we have for 5? This is okay. I mean, really, we're seeing a lot of Iunu, Orion, and then X thing that has a passive. Kinky, Jubel, Halphus, things that have damage reduction passive and also have a defense break, and then also have something else. So we're seeing a lot of those. Maybe not a decent amount, not a lot. Okay, so some more. This is interesting. We see some. I feel like a Lulu would just be so strong. Well, that's one of the reasons you don't see a whole ton of these defenses, but also you have to have the Dark Mage to be able to stack these defenses. So you have Striff, so you have... I wonder how... Well, never mind. I was going to say I wonder how she's built. We know how she's built. This is going to be just a super strong defense. In general, Lima's just so strong now. People finally realizing, finally appreciating how strong Lima is. This is, again, just another one. I feel like a lot of these can still be Lucianed. However, you got to keep in mind that these defenses that can easily be Lucianed in theory... These players are well aware that the defense looks like it can easily be Lucianed, and also their guild members collaborate with them and say, okay, this defense, this can easily be Lucianed, so let's put the shield runes on this, let's put decreased damage from wind on this, let's put decreased crit damage received, those things in the artifacts on it, make sure it's tanky enough to be, you know, survive a Lucian blast, and then we trap people into thinking that it's easily Lucianed, and it's really not easily Lucianed. So keep that in mind. It's not just about having those specific units. It's about maximizing the potential of every single one of those units. All right, so we have Iunus. So this is just basically the Iris is taking the place of the Orion. It's just a stripper. You still have defense breaks. You still have not a lot of defense breaks, but you do have some defense breaks. You do have some brands. You have some... I wonder... I can't imagine that these ones do anywhere near as well as the others. What are we on? 10? Is this the one we're... No, that is not... Oh, we're on this 10. We're on this 10. All right. Oh, we see some Tessarions. We really haven't seen that much Tessarions. I expected to see a lot more Noras. All right. What do we have for this one? We did see the Agirs. Or we did peep the Agirs. I'm surprised to see some Agirs over here. Some Agirs over here. I'm sorry, guys. Some of these dad jokes. Some of these dad jokes. All right, so we have some. This is... I don't remember if we've seen this earlier in the video, but I have seen some more of that this season. The Molong, Molly, Theomars. What else do we have? I don't know why I'm clicking on things that are obviously not able to be seen. We see some Iunu, Orion, and I wanted to say Halphus, Grego. So, strips, defense breaks. I like to have him on destroy. He's not super threatening, but... Actually, I like him paired with different things, though. He has the defense break skill 1. They have AoE defense breaks over here. They could target different things. Juno, if he has his revenge, because he has a revenge now. A revenge buff. So, this can revenge and continue to increase attack gauge. I don't think that this is the craziest defense, but that's why we don't see a lot of it, though. This is pretty decent. Again, 2 things that revive. I don't remember where we were. I think we actually saw all of it. That's why I didn't know where okay, we're in Doubt. All right, let's go to the regular Doubt. Let's see. Yeah, this looks like a good place. All right, so we're seeing... Oh, so this one has the crit rate lead instead of the HP lead. Usually you see the HP lead. So we're seeing this here, a little bit different. But it's on purpose. It's not like, oh, I just put it in the wrong spot. I mean, like, no one from these guilds is, like, putting things in the wrong spots. Phrasing. We see some more twins here. Okay. Let's see what else we have. Again, me clicking on things that are not... Oh, this Sylvia. Sylvia is the bane of my existence nowadays. I don't remember her being this nasty before. I remember Scat Fetus. That's a name I haven't heard in years. A long time ago, he was streaming. I remember this Sylvia went crazy on him. And he flipped... I mean, he likes to flip out, right? So, good old Scat Fetus. I'm in a group with him, but he never talks. I don't know why. So, let's see. I think he's being incognito, or he's trying to be incognito. We have 411. Oh, this is a different one. All right. So this is pretty good. Pretty standard. I mean, it's got a little bit of everything. You got the strips, you got the defense breaks, you could target one thing, could target another thing. You have the revive. You have, think about this, you have the revive here, you have the revive, not revive, but basically 2 lives here. So, and then CR is just ridiculous. She's always going to get 350,000 turns regardless of anything else. Let's see, what are we on, 11? Let's take a look at 10. More twins. We know what twins do. We know what twins are. Sure, everyone's got twins defenses. Twins counters at this point. We see some more CR Orion Pernas. We see some more. We see some Theomars. Are these? Is this a crit damage Mol? No, right? It's not going to be a crit damage Molong. Now I'm curious. That was Seishizo's base though, so maybe I guess I could just ask him. So, let's see what this one is. We got CR Orion Pernas. We get some more Molong. Is Molong Molly X? As long as it's also make sure that it's speed tuned in the correct order. Because I see some people speed tune. Well, I mean, speed tuning anything in the correct order. If you really think about it, like make sure your strips go before your defense breaks. For this instance, like if Molly moves before Molong, then she doesn't get the opportunity to heal Molong. So keep that in mind. I'm not saying these players specifically. They already have all that stuff in mind. They already know everything. They already got 300 turns into the match already figured out. Okay, so we're down to, let's see, 2 more. Just in general, I'm saying that as a general reference for people that are watching. Make sure that you have your things speed tuned to be in the optimal order. All right, so we see Ciara, Gianna, Nana, just OP on top of OP on top of OP on top of OP, and then we have the Gianna replacement of Iris. But you know these things are absolutely crazy. It's not just that there's these units; it's that these units also happen to have ridiculous runes and ridiculous artifacts and withstand like being hit 9,000 times. So let's see, 7. Oh, this one's kind of interesting. I mean, you're not really going to see a whole lot of stacks on this one. A lot of people stacking it, but some of these are interesting. Some of them are interesting. Let's see, what do we have? We're on, again, clicking on things that are not even open. We just want to get, I expected to see a lot more of these actually, right? Water, fire, wind, multiple lives basically, and then we have strips on him, multiple sources of strip now because he was buffed, and then we got the strips on her skill 3. Some of those so nasty. Sometimes I underestimate some of these savannas. I'm like, I'm bringing something in. I'm like, this is 310 speed. It should be fine. Savannah's like, turn 1. I'm like, you're serious? You're serious that... Ridiculous, crazy speed on some of these savannas. All right, so we are on 11. What do we have for this 11? This is not expected here. Curious to see how these do. What do we have? More of the same thing. Here's the thing, though. If they continue to stack the same defenses over and over and over again, that's going to be successful regardless. So, excuse me. But I don't think that's a crazy defense just in general. But again, anything that you stack a million times then becomes a crazy defense because people only have X amount of counters to it. We're seeing more Noras. I'm surprised to see this many Minatos, actually. Minato does well when you're not expecting him, but when you're expecting Minato on a, not a stable defense, on a static defense, then you can more easily, you gotta think these girls are gonna be so ridiculously fast. So ridiculously fast, right? And she does damage on her skill 1 is damage based on speed too, so if she's super crazy fast, she can do decent damage as well. What are we on? 1? Okay. Yeah, we see more of the same. We're seeing a lot of this as well. We're seeing Iunu Orion X, and then we're seeing the multi-revive. Honestly, here's another thing. We're seeing, like, this is very similar on the other servers as well. It's not like, for these videos, we end up going to multiple different servers, and then we just see, for the most part, the same stuff on the different servers. So it's like, oh, we kind of don't really need it to be a 3-hour long video. It's probably not 3 hours long, but we don't need to be a super crazy long video, right? It's kind of nice over there, that defense. So we're seeing some more of these. This is potentially nasty. I fought against some of these and also used some of them. Back when we had the China server account, before I deleted it. No regrets. Too many accounts. This girl is so nasty with his honeybee friends against like Gannyhathor stuff. Built with high resistance, because they're always built with high resistance. They don't do any damage. They're just built fast with good resistance and decent accuracy as well. So, what do we have for 2? Let's go take a look at this 7. Okay, did we see more of these earlier? Theomars does damage based on speed, also, and then there's the speed buff, and then Triana does damage based on speed as well, so that could do some decent damage, and we know this guy is super fast base speed and attack gauge boost, so that has potential there to do some nasty stuff. We see some more of these. Okay, this in the same spot. It's just the AoE stripper in the same spot as Nora, in the same spot as Fire Ken. And then we see her in the spot. She's got that multi-defense breaks, an AoE defense break, and then also a strip over here. It's kind of similar-ish in utility to Savannah, not as strong as Savannah, but still similar-ish to Savannah. We are on... Okay, let's go to 12. More Sylvias. I feel like this one would be so nasty to hit. So nasty, but we're seeing a lot of the same stuff. It's the Nana meta. It's the Nana Savannah Perna meta. Just got Nana Savannah Perna. Just stack those and stack those and stack those and stack those. I only have 1 Nana on all of my accounts. I have 1 Nana. I mean, at least I have one, but still. I wasn't even that excited. Well, she wasn't as good when she first came out, but. Alright, what do we have? That's some Woosas. In case you guys didn't know, in case you guys couldn't tell, that's some Woosas. CR Orion Perna, which is, of course, you know, when in doubt, CR Orion Perna works. CR Orion Gianna, so you know. So that makes this so much more toxic. CR Gianna Orion. So you would assume that this is on Swift, and then this is on Violent, and that can turn cycle like crazy. Or this could be on Violent, and this could be on Violent, and you have to assume that this Orion is on Swift. But if they're both on Violent, then all 3 are on Violent, and then they get billions of turns. Literally billions. Not even millions. Not thousands. Billions of turns, these units. Billions. 2, 3, 17 billion turns. What are we on? 6? So toxic. I think we already saw that one, actually. Did we see that one? We might have seen that one. Okay. This is a little different for these, but they're not being stacked. The best unit, the best defenses are the ones that usually get stacked for the most part. And we get the speed lead, the AoE strip, and then she's going to come in and do all her defense breaks and all that stuff. And defense breaks and all that stuff. One of the things... I mean... Actually, a couple of things. Never mind. I feel like Hey Gang would be not that bad in this one, right? Because then you get stripped, or Josephine, right? Because then you get stripped and stunned, and then Hey Gang comes in. He increases attack bar. He cuts in, and he can glancing on the Nephthys. And Nephthys actually, that's one of her weak spots. That's really her. I mean, her weak spots are immunity, and then glancing is very strong against Nephthys. If you guys don't know. As a Nephthys abuser on my LD only account, glancing is strong against Nephthys. So I feel like Hey Gang would be good here. I feel like Josephine would be good here. Things like that, but not everyone's got a billion of those. So, and we have some Galleon, Clara, and X. Okay. These guys, man. The defense ones are always scarier than the offense ones. Like mine on offense, he's like, miss defense break every single time. It's like he's got multi-hits, so many chances to defense break. He's like, I decided to miss all of them. I'm like, oh, okay. Then on defense, it's like, I got all the defense breaks. Then I get extra turns. Then I get extra turns. Then I get extra turns. I might hit something with multiple hits and defense break everything again. It's like, you just used that. You just used that. Why are you doing it again? He's like, I just felt like doing it again. Like, stop that. All right, guys. Anyway, I think we saw basically, for the most part, we don't have to go crazy taking a look at 9 million different servers. I'm just going to tell you right now, I already said it before, but for the most part, a lot of the servers are very similar in what they're using. Some servers are like, oh, we have more Tianlangs because China server. Something's going on with China servers. Well, we don't need to talk about that in this video. Anyway, that's it for this one. Hopefully it helps. If you're curious about what you should be using for your defenses, just bring things that come back from the dead a billion times and put them all on violent runes. That's it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you as always in the next one.